Hello there everybody and welcome to another Crowncast. And today we have the almighty, uh, is it Ron Rambo?
You don't know. There's no real way of knowing. There's a
Yeah.
very specific birthmark on a part of the body. That's
Okay,
the only way to know. So maybe you'll see that later today, Mark, and you'll know.
yeah.
What's
So,
going on?
yeah, how have your weekend been going? Can start off there, just,
I'm doing great, man. It's the weather's real nice. We're kind of moving out of that summer heat into the fall, which is really a nice time of year.
yeah,
And I had some crazy stuff going on last couple weeks that's kind of been resolved,
okay.
and just feeling good and ready to move forward, man. And working on shows, man. Whole punch. We had the show 100 last week. Things are very good, Mark. Couldn't be better, I
Yeah,
don't think. It's
yeah.
impossible to be better.
Yes, we in Sweden when it's every this summer we have had one of our best summers in like many years because we usually get like it's start off in May being really good weather, then in June it starts to be more rain.
Oh,
July
really?
July it can be rain all July or it can be sunny all
Wow.
July.
Huh.
August tends to be the month that's always good, but this year June, July was amazing, and August was the month that wasn't that amazing weather. So now in September it's still quite warm for being Sweden, so it's nice.
I see. Well, I'd like to visit this land that you're telling me about.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't believe it's real. Like it's like you're all making it up. Some sort of
Yeah,
fantasy realm. But I'd like to maybe visit one day and confirm that it does exist.
it's so
Does
funny
real.
how many people complain here in Sweden. It's so funny because we are one of the best nations right now when it
Yeah.
comes to most things. So I don't feel we have a right to complain really.
Well, Mark, if you're any indication about the people in Sweden, then it's a great place to go and be, because you are, of course, a great man.
Yes, we're all great.
You are the representative of there.
Yeah,
So people don't realize, like you represent where you're from.
yeah,
Like so try to you go around, you broad, you talk to people from other places, try to be cool. Don't be a dick, because you represent where you're from and everything.
yeah.
So
I find it kind of funny how much I represent Sweden because we're from the most southern part of Sweden, and kind of our like state
okay,
is very much like more like we are more embracing our state more than Sweden, so to say. So,
I see. Okay,
and
I
also
understand.
there's like there are like chants of like uh, we would be better off belonging to Denmark, and
Okay,
so does, and it's not only we who sing that; it's also other places in Sweden, like people from Stockholm and stuff like that. So
they want to have like their own separate thing.
it's kind of interesting how I end up being so much for Sweden.
Right, right.
So
It happens. I've heard of that happen in other places.
yeah.
It's interesting. So, is it because they have a different political view than maybe the rest of the country or something, or economically they carry the rest of the country?
No, I mean it's more. It stems back to the like 15th, 16th century
Wow.
when Sweden conquered our state, even though there was we belonged to Denmark at that point, but
Okay.
we joined in uh, Denmark to fight for belonging to Denmark. So
People are still upset about this.
well, it's sort of in the backbone of the people. It's
Right,
more
right.
like a friendly rivalry. We're not like if you can compare it like uh, Montenegro and stuff like in the Yugoslavic countries.
Okay.
It's not
Right.
like that we really want that.
It's not like to the point of extreme violence.
Yes, or
Well, that's
we
good.
really want to like be our own nation. I don't. It wouldn't benefit us, I think, if we
Right,
want to
right, right.
become our own nation.
Well, I'm not one to get involved in Swedish politics, but it's interesting to hear about. It's not certainly not something we hear about here. What's going
No,
on over there?
no. But
You know,
I don't think it's never ever going to happen.
the only thing we hear about over here is Ben Affleck as Batman and Miley Cyrus. That's pretty much it.
Oh my God, Miley
Swedish
Cyrus.
politics, no, we don't get
Oh,
that stuff.
and the funny thing is, if is- she sort of went the stupid way because some she had so many fans. Seriously, I mean
Right.
it's all over the world. She she was like a kid's idol, sort of.
Oh yes, Hannah Montana was excellent.
Yeah,
I was a fan.
and
I was a big
it's
fan, and
yeah
then that one.
my sister.
I have no hero anymore.
Yeah,
Your sister liked Hannah Montana.
yeah. Most people in that
Did your
age.
sister listen to the show and stuff? Did she ever check it out before?
Yeah, she listens to everyone. My youngest sister, that is.
Oh,
She
you have a couple
listens.
sisters.
Yeah, I have two. Uh,
Are you the oldest?
yes, I am the
That's
oldest.
just like me, Mark. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I'm the oldest, and I have two younger sisters.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
same. We're exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. So my one is 4 years younger than me, and the other one is 7 years younger than me.
Oh wow! So you're the elder statesman, pretty much. You're the
Yes,
big brother, very much the big brother.
yes, and I'm saying that you shouldn't make the mistakes I did.
Yeah, I do that too. But it's funny.
Yeah,
It's
it's
almost like you're allowed to make all the mistakes,
yeah,
but the other ones aren't because they're younger. So
yeah, yeah.
people are
But
gonna make mistakes no matter what. It's just
yeah,
kind of the sad
yeah,
reality of it. But yeah,
and
you kind
also
of have to make your own mistakes.
yeah, and also if someone had said I should do this and that, I'm too stubborn to listen, so I don't even know
You know,
if I
what are you telling me what to do? I'm the older one. How dare you?
yeah, almost. Um,
Right. I get that. I understand. So we're the same, man. I understand that dynamic.
yeah, yeah.
I get it.
She's gonna listen to this one, my younger sister. So
Okay.
so
Hello. How are you?
yeah,
Watch my channel.
yeah, she does. She
Oh,
showed
cool.
she showed my dad my Stay Ballsy lifestyle intro.
What do you think about that?
Apparently laughed a lot, especially the bathroom scene.
Do your parents know, like, how you talk to everybody all across the world and everything, and how you have your show, and they kind of get it?
Well,
Do they understand it?
well, my mother I have talked about a lot. She because I live with her, and she would notice, seeing that I mainly talk English all the
She
time.
hears. Yeah. Okay.
So
She's hearing strange languages over the speakers on your computer.
no, you have a headset,
Right.
so
Yeah.
she can't really hear it. But
Right.
I showed her my Stay Ballsy lifestyle intro. She
Awesome.
so that one I was really proud of. So
I feel like maybe sometimes the older people, like, they don't get it. They don't really, they don't really understand what's going on.
my
'Cause you try to
mother.
explain, like my grandparents and stuff. Try to explain. There's no talk to people. What
Yeah,
was that?
I couldn't explain this to my
Yeah.
grandparents.
There you go. See,
They, I don't even know how I would explain this.
this is your title for the crowdcast today. We are the same.
Yeah,
It's all the same, Mark.
yeah. It's gonna be the same.
There you go.
Uh,
Already figured it out.
yeah, but it's a generation issue. It's just like what I've been talking about on my podcast with why I think big problem with politics is, like, especially in America, is that they don't get technology, the people that
Oh,
in the government, and that's a huge factor in being a problem, because when they don't understand it, then and then they won't
Well, it's not
really
even
be
just
for it.
technology; it's all kinds of things. It's
Yeah,
the people in the in Washington are supposed to be representative of the people,
yeah,
but a lot of times they're not. They're not people that live normal lives, that have lived normal lives, are
yeah,
wealthy, they're this or that, and they're not the common person. So
yeah,
when it's like that, you could try to. I understand the common man. I understand his plight, his
yeah,
issues, but maybe you don't.
yeah,
That's just kind of the thing.
yeah. And also here in Sweden, for instance, there we, for instance, here in our southern part of Sweden, we kind of want to have more the line of Denmark, sort of like have so you can drink alcohol maybe at 16 or something like that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Stuff like that. We would like have sort of kind of different laws, but the thing is, most of the politicians in that are non-alcoholic people. They
Okay,
don't drink at all.
well
So
that's different than here.
most yeah, most of them are that. So it tends to be
So they're not going to
hard.
side with they're not going to side with that side of the issue.
Yeah,
I get you. I got you.
yeah. So and
Hmm.
yeah, and it's interesting in many ways because many politicians don't even get how work life is. Many have just been politicians all their lives,
Right.
and
It was never supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be, you know,
yeah,
it's not how you're
it
never supposed
used
to
to
be a career politician. That was
yeah,
never the intention of what it was.
yeah, it used to be different. It used to be everyone like a steel worker or whatever became a
Right.
politician.
You have your
Nowadays,
job, and then you do your term. Maybe you stop your job for a while, you do your term, and then you go back to what you were doing.
yeah, because
And now
some
it's like
yeah,
I'm 18. I will be a politician now for the next 40 something years, 50
yeah,
years.
and also they have to have the perfect family.
Oh, they always seem to it always seems like they do. I
Well,
don't
they
wonder if that's
have to.
true.
They have
Oh,
to get votes. That's why
right.
it's the problem is they are showing themselves how America want them to be, how they want
Right.
them
Oh,
to
of
look
course.
like, and
Right.
that's part of the problem is the American people. They will if you're like blunt and just say everything, you're going to be shoot up. It's and if you're
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
yeah, so it's not gonna help you.
Well,
So
it's a
that's
big
why,
place.
yeah,
It's a big country. And what I heard someone else in the past say, it's a big place. It's hard to fill in all the cracks. You know,
yeah,
there's all kinds of stuff going on out there.
yeah, yeah. So politicians here in Sweden are some of the ideas they have doesn't work at all because if you worked a day in your life, you would understand that that doesn't work, and
Right.
that sort of stuff. So
So it seems like again, it seems like it's kind of similar to what's going on here, right? Do you agree a little bit?
yeah, well, I think it's
Career politicians.
yeah, I think it's problem all around. In, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I think it will be interesting to see how it many countries act on stuff because, for instance, Spain is having horrendous unemployment rates, and
Right.
the EU overall is like having problems. The
Yeah.
funny fact about EU that people uh, may not know is the fact that the stuff you're signed to be in EU, there's no you can't terminate that contract. So
Oh, what do
all
you
the
mean by this?
that means you can't leave EU.
You can never leave.
No, you can
What
never
do you mean
leave.
you can never?
The when you accepted EU and when they signed the documents, there's no way to terminate that.
Is this like a citizenship thing you're talking about? Is that what you mean? Like you can never not be a citizen of it?
No, meaning you can't. I mean, EU have laws that we have to like
Oh,
abide
okay.
and
So once your
like
country,
some and it's cheaper to trade with other countries and we can move freely from
so you're saying that like once your country joins the EU, the country can't back out of the deal?
yes,
Is
that's
that what you're saying?
yes, and that's why it's hilarious. For instance, at one point here in Sweden, we're like, we're gonna vote for leaving the EU, and
You're like, no, you
people,
can't.
yeah, because people who have read that document know that it's not. There's no thing in that contract that okay, if we vote on it, we could leave or anything.
All right.
It's which
Well, I
is
guess you could just kind of like stop showing up to the meetings.
yeah, but
Just stop, just stop
yeah,
talking to them and see what happens.
yeah. I don't know how that
Or you just try to like troll them and they'll
yeah
kick you out. They'll kick you out. Just start like,
yeah. But
I don't
the
know.
reason why Turkey, for instance, isn't in it because they thought that Turkey was going to end up being in war with
Yeah,
their neighbors.
the Middle Eastern countries.
So so that's the reason why even though they have a good economy to be in the EU.
Huh.
So, and
Wow.
yeah, an interesting fact is one of the people I'm watching YouTube is from Romania, and apparently uh, they have the president of Romania is apparently really really bad and lies to like everybody. Everything he does lies, and apparently have stolen money from them or whatever. And but when the majority voted him to be removed, the EU backed him up.
And then they couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah,
And you had to stay because the EU helped him out.
yeah,
Wow, Mark, I don't know. I didn't know any of this was happening. I thought I was living this nice, sheltered life. And now you've opened my eyes to all this turmoil
yeah,
in the world, and I feel upset.
mm. Yeah. But I'm I always have been good at politics, even though I'm not really interested.
How old are you, Mark?
I'm 23.
23. 23. I have no idea what I was doing when I was 23. Playing Street Fighter all day. But maybe you should be the one. That's what I'm bringing this up, because maybe you should be the one to change things. I think you should run. I think you should run for office, Mark.
It's the problem is Sweden. It's too problematic because it can't really be one person to lead, because not even our highest like prime minister, he doesn't have that much power. He's just more of a face, kind of
Okay.
sort of like Obama almost is. But Obama has the power to do stuff like declare war.
He's part of a branch of government, you know.
Yeah, he can make his own decisions if he likes, like go to war or whatever. He has a lot of power, but our prime minister doesn't really have
You
any
can't be like,
power.
we're going to war now with Missouri
Yeah.
because they made that ad about the lotto. Can't do that.
You can't do that. No, you can't. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys have military, you could join the military at a certain age and stuff like that.
We used to have mandatory.
Oh wow!
It's
Oh, you
sort
told
of
me that once before. Yeah.
it sort of ended
Yeah.
just when I became that age.
So you didn't have to do it.
Uh, Apparently not, because you go to like having, I don't know what the English word for it would be, but you have like you have a day
Like
where
a
you
base
do a
or
lot
something?
of tests and stuff,
Okay.
to see what kind of, if you were going into the like mandatory service, what sort of because they have for years started like the people that didn't really want to do it, they have been letting them not do it, started doing it a couple of years before I started. Before that it was like everyone was going to do it, even though you may end up being a chef or whatever.
So how long do you like? Okay, so you have the mandatory military. How long do you go and participate in this? How long does it go on for?
I think
Is it like a
it's
couple days, weeks?
2 years.
2 years, and what do you like? Certain times of the year you have to go to a training or
Well,
something, or
no, you're when you go to that, you're on a base for
you live there
for many
for 2
months.
years.
Yeah, and then you have like you get vacations and stuff.
How are they able to do this with that many people? There's like a lot of different bases, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Wow, that's an operation right there.
yeah.
Do
But
you think that was a
it's
good idea
tradition.
that the people learn good things there, or like what was going on? Was do you think it was a good? They should bring it back or what?
Uh, I mean, we, I mean, it's funny because we have mandatory service, seeing that we have been, we're the country that has been neutral for like the longest time in history of
Mm-hmm.
Europe.
Right.
So, and probably world almost. So, I mean, we haven't been in really wars for a long
Maybe
time.
that's the reason though, because you guys have been doing the mandatory thing.
No, we are
So maybe you
more
kind of
like
learned
when
that you're
it
like,
was like World War Two. We were like, yeah, we can let Hitler have your trains run through our country. We're not gonna stop you.
yeah,
we
yeah,
we
yeah.
we always been like supporting uh, one side,
Peaceful.
the winning side, sort of. How
You
we
guys
always,
won. We like you.
yeah.
We like you all along.
We have been really smart that way, and that's why Sweden ended up being economic powerhouse, sort of power country after World War Two, because we didn't have to do any restoration at all from, and didn't
Yeah.
pay out anything. So, uh, and everyone needed stuff from Sweden, seeing how our country was intact.
Don't you
So
think Hitler would have came in there though, like eventually, if he had taken over
I
all
don't
of?
think he bothered, because the fact is
He didn't
that
bother.
yeah, no, but because we let him kind of do his, I mean, let trains run through it,
Well, I mean,
and
he's
we
I mean,
all
he's
we
still
also,
wouldn't eventually he go okay now we're gonna go for you guys.
yeah, some people, there are a lot of people fled to Sweden,
Yeah.
and but we also turned down Jewish people from like Lithuania, and that's still brought up today
Oh, they're
for
mad.
things
People are
that.
mad about this.
Yes, and we had one of our famous, we have a Raoul Wallenberg Day, because
Hmm.
one of he saved, I think it was saved Jewish people from like Hungary, or oh man,
He
I should,
brought them to Sweden.
yeah, and help them out to not ending up in like the camps and stuff.
Right.
So he's a person that people remember to this day.
Wow. Good. Good.
Wow, we ended up on a totally different path than intended from the beginning.
Swedish history and politics.
Yes.
I need to know. I need to know this stuff so when I go there, I'll be up to date.
Yeah,
I can start
that's
talking.
the amazing thing about Europe in general. So rich history.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's old.
Yeah.
Been there for a while.
Yeah. It's
It's been there a long time.
yeah, Europe and Middle East is where
Right.
have the longest history. Middle East has
Africa's
the,
got some history too.
yes.
Egypt and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's funny, really, how it ended. Like, I understand they were from the have their Africa, how the everyone that's like Egypt and stuff belong to Africa. But it's funny how it was very much part of Europe, in like when we go back to like the Roman years and stuff.
Huh.
So
That stuff's great, man. Like it's really interesting stuff.
yeah, because
It really
they,
is.
yeah,
It's crazy how much stuff has happened in this on this planet.
yeah, we
What
have
will
come.
happen next?
It's more crazy how fast it has gone from like the early 90s to where we are now. How fast hasn't technology evolved? And
Yeah.
yeah, I think a big part of it is thanks to countries like Japan, who
Yep.
strive for having superior technology, and it forces all other countries also to keep going with their technology, which I
Right.
think because countries don't really want to have it like technology move on that fast and everything like that, because uh, just see America when it comes to all the new technology and stuff. They would internet being bigger and stuff. They want to suppress it because they don't really make money from it. So
Well, that's what it's all about.
yeah,
That's what it's all about. If you make a lot of money, you better have a politician that you can give some money to that
yeah.
will help you out.
That's kind of like why, for instance, game gets blamed when uh, when violence occurs.
Well, that's happened throughout time. You go way back. Comic books were blamed for things,
Yeah, yeah. But now,
uh,
for
but
instance,
it's always people that are older, and it's something that they don't that's different to them that they didn't have when they were kids, and they
yeah,
easily point to that.
yeah,
So
and also the fact that they don't that the big companies don't make money out of it. Like for now that comic books are big, they can make money out of it with uh, comic book movies. So now they protect the comic books, and you can't blame movies because
well,
they
they
have a
protect
lot.
comic books. That was something a lot of people grew up with that are older now, so that's
Yes,
fine to them. But when they were kids, that
yeah,
was the thing that was foreign to
true.
their parents and stuff.
Yeah,
It
but
was
I
kind of a funny
also
story, but I was in a comic store after the Newtown, Connecticut shooting,
yeah,
and people in the store that were working in the store, bunch of older people,
yeah,
and they're talking about how I couldn't believe they're talking about how video games are the reason that this happened.
yeah,
And you look at all the comics in that store, they have
yeah,
something on called the Comic Code,
yeah,
which was put on comic books to censor comic books and control what's in them because in that time period, people blame comic books for things that happened in the world. So
yeah,
it's just kind of an ironic situation.
yeah. I it's I it's really weird how. I mean, I think I don't know if it can be like for people that has mental problems, like the person who did the shooting in Connecticut have, if it can avalanche its situations, if they like
Can't
believe that
even make
it's,
sense of it.
yeah, maybe they think that the game is real. I don't know psychology that well to know if a thing like that could even, but it wouldn't. I mean, usually it's something negative happened to the person. It's never
They're having a
about,
great life.
yeah, it's never
They played a game and then they go, "Oh, wow, I
yeah,
killed people."
yeah.
Yeah, I
Video
got you.
games won't really say, okay, I've seen this, now I go and shoot down every person.
Oh yeah, my life is great. I'm making a lot of money. I got a hot girlfriend. I
Yeah,
got this new apartment. Let me play this. What's this, a game? Let me play this.
yeah,
Oh shit!
yeah,
I'm filled with rage. I must now shoot everyone.
yeah. Especially
Yeah.
blaming GTA, which is kind of hilarious, seeing that if you kill somebody, you're gonna get the police after you. I mean, it still has a moral of real life. If you start killing people, they're gonna come after you and arrest you or and even shoot you down. And it's
Oh,
funny
I see
how
where you're
that.
going with that. I see.
Yeah, I don't even know how someone. Okay, I murdered everyone in like that game in GTA, and now I feel like
Mm.
I feel like if that's the case, I understand why they say like why they blame like Call of Duty and that sort of stuff. But
Mm.
I feel it's wrong because I know it's video games never are a problem. If you're person a person that can understand that it's a game you're playing, then you're never. I don't see how you could go out and suddenly kill a bunch of people
Yeah,
thanks
yeah,
to.
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff. There's a lot of crazy people, and unfortunately, we live with next to them. So
Yeah, I've been
there you go.
yeah I've been reading. Uh, there's a Twitter account called Florida Man,
Okay.
and that account has some real life stuff from what's happening in Florida, and so many crazy people,
Hmm.
and you just wonder where they could find everyone.
I don't know. I don't know
I
what's
there was
happening.
someone tried to siphon gas with a vacuum cleaner, and
Yeah,
he caught on fire.
that's happened. That happened to someone I know recently, actually, where people are sucking gas out of people's vehicles, and I don't know
With a
what's happening.
vacuum cleaner.
Not with a vacuum cleaner.
I can understand why you
That's
siphon
interesting.
gas, because
Yeah.
gas is
Well, like
very
I can see why you
expensive,
thought that
but
would work because it's okay. It sucks.
yeah.
So I could see why like the thought process there, but obviously, that's not gonna. It's an electronic device and it's
Yeah.
not gonna work
Uh,
properly.
Also, there was one that ended up in naked in the cow pasture,
Yeah,
and
these are all true stories.
yes, and the person said he was going to hook up with a girl named Tree, and when she came and picked him up, uh, and she had two friends in the car with her, and he
Hmm.
thought, okay, we're going to do some kinky stuff. Instead, they robbed him of everything he wore at the time, and
Yeah,
left him in a cow pasture.
that's kind of kinky. Some people might be into that kind of thing.
Yeah, but still,
It's a wonderful world. Well, yeah,
yeah,
the other side of it, there's also a lot of people doing good things. You don't really, a lot of times you don't hear about that stuff as much. There's a lot of good people out there who's doing normal, living their normal life, and
yes, I agree with that.
we should have a
But
day of just very boring but good news stories about how people are just going to work and paying their bills and raising
w-
their families.
well, there are, but the thing is, they always have to have some
Right.
incredible extra detail to them. They had,
Headline.
yeah, like they survived cancer 2 times, or and still goes to work
Right.
5 times, or like, uh,
5 times a day they go to
yeah,
work.
yeah, or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think we're all here. We're all just trying to kind of figure it out what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I
Just trying to figure it out.
yeah,
Little by little.
I want to do something creative with my life.
Do it. Don't mess it up.
Yes, I just
It's easy to screw things up.
yeah,
Don't do that.
no, never.
Don't put the vacuum cleaner in the gas tank, Mark. I know you want it.
Yes, I really want to.
Don't do that.
So now that you have reached 100 shows, we're gonna do this. Now that you have done 100 of the show, what's is there anything you have in mind for the future in special? Uh,
There's a lot of things I have in mind. I'd like to at one point sit down and just look at what we've done
yeah,
and kind of you maybe go in a different direction with it or think about or change things up a little bit. I think
yeah,
it's important to do that once in a while. Right now, it's not going to happen for a little bit because like while Schnozzman Hole Punch is going on and there's a lot of work involved with that,
yeah,
the show in its current form is good to have there
yeah,
to kind of keep us doing something every week.
yeah.
But once
I
that's
agree.
done, and then we can kind of look back and go, what do we do now? And then figure it out.
Yeah,
But there will be, it's not like I'm going to stop doing
no,
things. There will be something, hopefully better than what's there now. That's what it's all about.
yes, it's
But I can't believe how quickly it went. 2 years.
yeah,
So I feel like we just began, really. It feels like we just started the show. I don't know.
yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's yeah, it's weird. I realized I started commenting and posting stuff on your channel around September October 2011,
Yeah,
and we're at September now, so 2 years.
it's unbelievable.
So just it's
This
weird.
whole year for me, like 2013, has been like a lost year for me because it's just been nonstop editing and writing and all that. Like,
Yeah,
so this whole year was just like a blur. I really didn't do much at all this entire year, just but that. So
Yeah,
it's
well, you,
I think I don't know. I think in the end I'll be like
yeah, I think you will. It
yeah,
will be worth it in the long run.
like I sacrificed a year of my life for this.
Yeah,
Here you go. Here it
yeah.
is.
And people, think when you try, when it's done, or having first season is over, or like
Right,
this
right.
batch is over, because you never know. Like maybe you get 2 3 years later, you'll be like, well, I come up with a great thing or whatever
Uh-huh.
to add on to it. But when you're finished with this part, feel like can maybe start promoting it even more. And
Oh yeah, absolutely.
so I think when people see it, people will realize how good it is. And people,
Well, I appreciate that, Mark.
yeah, I think,
You've been a big supporter from the beginning of that.
yeah,
That's the reason that we kept making it.
yeah,
That's the reason why I was like, I'll take a year to make this and go into debt and not do anything fun
yeah,
because
yeah,
Mark and
yeah.
other
I
people
mean,
enjoy it, so
yeah,
it's worth doing.
yeah. You can really, I mean, as a person that I'm great at analyzing, like movies and videos and TV shows and everything like that,
Yeah,
because I went to school for it, and I especially focused on being good at analyzing stuff.
right.
So I can really see just the last Snotman Hole Punch you put out. I mean, I couldn't really see anything wrong, or like things I wanted to change
Yeah,
that
like
at all. I mean, there's always things I would have done differently, because we
right,
all
right.
have
Well, there's,
different
trust me,
opinions.
Mark. There's things I would do differently in there too,
Yeah,
but a lot of times it's you can only do what we can do at the time. So,
yeah. The,
but
the
I
only
could watch that with you right now. I'd be like, oh, I would do like this. I would rather do this like that or
yeah,
change this. But
the only part that stood out for me especially is
yeah,
the scene when when the people are running up to him, or he signs autograph. The
right.
second guy who comes up to him,
Uh huh.
yeah, that I don't know, segue or whatever. That was just felt like very,
A little bit of a jump cut.
yeah. It just felt weird. It felt like it was done by a really amateur. I don't know
Well, it
how else
was.
to, yeah. But I mean, I see I see you as better than that now. So
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that goes on. It's usually because there's like an original idea
yeah,
that's actually like if we went through with it, it would look worse.
yeah,
So a lot of times, if something doesn't
yeah. I
look good,
understand.
it's actually the better of two evils or three evils.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of the times.
I completely understand, because
Yeah.
we when last year of sort of like our high school years, we had uh, we're gonna do like a short movie to be in this competition thing we had with a Danish school. And so I was sort of in it, but I had also my other project I was doing at the time. So uh, I wasn't really in the production that much, because the guy who is director is a good friend of mine, but we almost punch each other because we have so different opinions.
Oh no.
It's kind of hilarious. We are like we are three people that work together in school, and my other friend, he just he saw that every time we did something, we had huge arguments all the time. So he did it, and he has a certain way of seeing everything. But
Yeah.
the problem with the whole of that project is that it was rushed, maybe a little bit, but also needed another week to like really watch that one, because it ended up being really bad, in my opinion.
Right.
So and we didn't get any nominations. So for
Well,
something we took on a big project with that movie, but it's a problem with also the fact that most of the people that we had being in that short film was everyone was like, when are we going home?
Oh no. Yeah.
It's been the
It's not
biggest,
gonna work, man.
yeah, it's been the biggest problem for the always when you for
Right.
every uh, movie we saw, short movie of all my like other classmates and stuff,
Yeah.
everyone had the same problem with people having don't really want to do it. And
Yeah, you need
it's
everyone to be on board with it, or it's just not gonna work. You
yeah,
could tell right away. Like you could tell if something's gonna be good or not just being at the there on the set.
yeah,
And if if people are screwing around, they don't know what they're doing.
yeah,
There's also gotta be someone that knows that's in charge almost. And if no one knows what they're doing or no one wants to be there, it's not gonna work out.
yeah.
So
Well, one of my classmates, she did actually a smarter thing. She put in send in a message to everyone that is there's a website for all that are extras in movies,
okay.
and asked if they wanted to be in their like short film. So
Yeah.
so that's
Also, if you pay people, that also motivates them in some ways, but
yeah,
of
but
course, it's not always an option.
no, when you're in
Yeah.
school, they don't really want you to pay anything. So
Usually don't. Yeah, and usually don't have that kind of extra money.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a challenge. Even when you got people that want to be there, you got to find ways to motivate everybody and make them do things over and over again that maybe they don't want to do, or
yeah,
and sometimes you got to know when to. Maybe it's not the way you perfectly wanted it, but sometimes you got to know when to stop, and you don't want to burn people out, and it's a whole
yeah,
other thing underneath the actual like film process.
yeah,
There's the human element to it underneath that, so
yeah. That's why
it's something else.
I'm trying. I try to come up with. I've been trying to come up with something that's done with that can be really great, but is done with few people, like you really do with the Snowsman Hole Punch. Is where you don't. At least starting up with it, you can have something great with not that much people, because I have a few people that maybe I could that would have it would be fun for them to do it. I would know I could trust them to do a good job with
Hmm.
being on camera and stuff. So, but
Right.
if it's just a matter of coming up with a good story or something that would work for the limited.
Right. Well, my suggest is don't really like overthink it.
I don't. I
There's a lot
don't.
of
I
times
know.
like things that sometimes you have an idea and you kind of talk yourself out of it, or you'll be like, oh well, no one's gonna like that. But you never know
No,
until you
no, no.
try it out.
I don't. Uh, I never been that. It's a matter of uh, one of the ideas I come up with was about really about ended up being like a poker tournament. It's kind of simple story, like man gets in debt, need money
All right.
fast, and does a poker tournament.
Okay.
And I wrote up a whole script of that, and but it's it ended up being a problematic with locations and getting
Yeah.
people for it and stuff. So especially the poker stuff then would have been
Poker equipment.
yeah, that wouldn't have been a problem, but getting people to be in that
Hmm.
like uh, uh, stuff would have been problematic. So yeah, it's
Yeah, man,
I know
I think that's very hard. It's very tough.
yeah, I'm uh, I'm good at coming up with ideas. Just I uh, I have another idea I wanted to do, but um, it's it's still lacks much to it for it to really work. It's more like a story that takes place or span of 24 hours. The fact is that it ended up being a normal day, ending up being worst day ever sort of scenario
Whoa.
because yeah, because that thing I think isn't hard to do because if you have one day in one city, you have and you don't really have to have that many people as well. But yeah, I yeah I have many ideas. It's a
Keep
matter
them
of
coming, man.
yeah.
Keep working on them.
That's
I
just
think
my
the other thing people got to watch out for is like you come up with an idea that you think is really good, and then you kind of go, "Oh, well, I have this great idea," and then you kind of stop making other ideas. Got to keep going. Keep always try to like better
I
yourself.
my I always try to when I come up with idea I fully look at make the idea okay now it's a matter of fact of can I execute this properly
Right. Yeah.
and then
Well, you could
I
write scripts and stuff instead of trying to make a whole thing. Write a script. Try to see if somebody wants to do it. You know, something
true
like that.
true I have done I have written scripts before so
I mean, it's really hard to get to do that process of having because a lot of people write scripts, but I mean, it's a good option. You don't always have to make this the other thing.
yeah
I just realized like
most of these ideas are like from 4 years ago.
yeah,
So it was ideas I was trying to make 4 years ago, and
I just kind of realized like no one's ever gonna make anything that I ever write, so I have to
no,
do it
I
myself.
was more like I can't do this, so I will just have it on ice for now. I have been trying to come up. I have a script idea for me to write that I could like try to get to people that other people that make movies. So
Do
I
it.
have an idea. I uh, just have to write it as well. I have
Do it,
many
Mark.
many
Do it.
stuff I want to write now, so it's just pick and choose and get yourself motivated and start writing.
I just gotta just make the time. It's a lot of sacrifice, but if you want to get it done, you can get it done.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, what else? So how did you feel like the 100th show went?
I thought it was good. I had a lot of fun doing it, which I think is probably the most important thing.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed being there with OJ. We've been talking about like trying to do it like that every week.
yeah,
I live an hour away. I don't mind driving there. The problem is we don't have everything set up.
yeah,
So if we could get to a point where like everything is there and there's like a computer that's just for that, and then, like
yeah,
everything's just there, just show up and just turn it on.
yeah,
It's possible we could do that going forward, but
yeah,
the way it is now, I mean, I show up, I drive an hour, takes an hour to set everything up. Usually things don't work right.
yeah,
Then you got to mess around with it, and then you get the show like that. But
yeah.
we'll see. I think we'll be trying to figure things out going forward, improving things. There's a couple things I wanted to do on that show that we weren't able to do.
Okay.
So Jay was away that weekend, and
What did you want to do, or is this
I wanted to
secret?
do like I want to do like some simple stuff. I want to go like downtown in the city there, and
Okay,
just
cool.
start asking people with the microphone, like, what do you think about the show reaching 100?
Yeah,
They'd probably be like, what is that? I have no idea what that is. A couple other things I don't want to give out, but I had a bunch of different ideas of stuff I want to do.
yeah,
Weren't able to do it, but all in all, I thought it was a good show,
yeah,
and stuff that we maybe didn't get to do, we'll be able to do in the future. So it's not like it was the last chance to do this stuff.
yeah.
So
Uh,
what did you think about it? Since you're on the other side of it.
well, the only thing I would want is that you had. I know it's uh, would have been a problem, but you having more of a conversation before going into all the other stuff, like
Yeah,
like hearing from OJ how PAX went, or like the everyday show, like how every show is
yeah,
were
I can see
used.
that.
Uh,
I
that
think we kind of try. I tried to not do that because I wanted it to be like something that people could like go like 2 years from now, a year from now, you could go back to it
yeah,
and like you could still watch it without having to. There's
Okay,
no
yeah,
references to like what's going on right now.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a standalone thing.
okay.
But yeah, it was. I mean, it was very different than usual stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, I thought that was
We'll get back to
that's
that this
just
week.
yeah. I That's just my opinion because I feel like the
And that's what you like, 'cause
yeah
that's what the show usually
the
is. So I
show
think,
normally how it is. It's what I enjoy it as being.
right.
So yeah, and
Get back to it.
I
Don't
must
worry.
say I was I wanted on as well, but that's
You want to
just
get on.
yes.
Well, that was the thing. We didn't really mention people. I wanted to go through like, thank you, Mark, thank you, Layla, and like that, and have a lot of you guys on. But then it's like, in that situation where we're like on the couch with the lights on us and everything, and it's
Yeah,
hot, we can't do like 3 hours.
yeah.
So if you mention
I
one person, if you have one person on, you kind of have to have everybody. And I don't want to leave everybody and leave one person out and have some
yeah.
people in, and so it's hard to think the balance sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
So I
I
try to make it more
understand. It's
about
just
I try to make it
maybe
more about us and our, I guess, people that are close to inspiring the show or creating the show. So
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know, man. There's a lot of different choices that have to be made. Doing something like
yeah.
that.
I completely accept it.
Right.
I said it on my last Comcast that I maybe it was just problem being that I what I thought you were going to be like it's a long longer like show like you would think it
Yeah.
would be at least like 2 hours or something and I thought you were seeing that you're probably going to do colors that I expected almost that I were going to be uh, on it. So that it was my own.
You're the next one.
Yes,
Just didn't happen.
yes, yeah. I just
Don't take it personally, Mark.
it's expectation. It's what's
I understand. I
yeah
get it.
when you expect something and you almost take it for granted maybe when you shouldn't then you're always gonna be disappointed. That's why when you have expectations, if you don't succeed to those expectations, you're probably going to be a little bit disappointed with yourself.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
set goals and don't reach them, then you're probably gonna be disappointed. So it's
Yeah.
just
Well, it's there's more to come. There's always more to come, and
yeah.
if
It's
anybody.
more. I also was this mostly because I know so many people are going that otherwise don't watch the show are gonna watch it, and I I'm sort of person that would really want to put on a show for like so many people.
The new people.
Yeah, so that was one of the things yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll try to make it more about you next time.
Yeah, of course, it's all about me. And
More about Mark next time.
I also realized I have only missed 2 shows this year.
Wow. You know what I really wanted to do is one thing that I had written in there, because I always have like a I don't know what you call it, like notes of like things I want to do.
Yeah,
It was on there. I wanted to have different people call in and give their like favorite moments or
yeah,
their to talk about their like history with the show.
yeah,
But again, I think it would have been another 2 hours. But maybe we'll
yeah,
do that. Maybe we'll start doing that this week.
yeah. Would be
This week we could maybe start doing it. Make sure everybody gets in.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I I have always I don't remember how many I missed even last year when you were doing it live. So I only I think I missed like 3 or 4.
it's crazy, man. That's great. I try to put it out there like how much I appreciate you guys and everything. I try my best to communicate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes through.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just weird
it's
why
tough.
I always watch it live because I sometimes I don't even feel like posting in the chat or even like going on if you have
Yeah, I didn't
callers
see
or
you.
anything.
I didn't see you. IMing that much in there on the chat.
On
Sometimes I saw you a little bit.
I in the last one I tried to chat a bit, but
Yeah, I saw you.
the thing is I haven't explained. We were having a Ramborsian conversation live Skype call during the
Oh, really?
show 100. So me, Anthony, Nate, Lambent, Moonchbro, Mike DeVita, Smart Guy,
Yeah.
I think,
You guys had your own private
yeah, private
room
conversation
going. That's cool.
during the thing. So may have missed the person. No, I don't. I've got most of them, but we just having a live conversation during it all, and
Right.
so that's why the reason why I didn't really chat that much in the chat. Plus, there are so
Yeah.
many new people.
They'll be
So
gone next week. Don't worry.
yeah,
They're I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They're checking it out.
yeah,
They got turned off though. Don't worry. I'm gonna tell you about it next week. But it was just funny to me every time you played one of the intros or something, and
yeah,
people would just be like, "What the hell is this?
yeah,
Like, what kind of show is that?" Like one guy was just like, after we were done, like we stopped the broadcast.
yeah.
There was one guy, and he just goes, "What the hell kind of show is this?" I was like, "What kind of show is this?" It's just like what? And I think that's cool
Yeah,
because it's like you guys get it,
yeah,
and that's good enough for me, you know. So
yeah. I also I knew that I wasn't going to be on unless you played my intro, so I knew
I
from
had
the
it in
get.
there. I had like maybe 10,
Okay,
but we only played maybe 5.
okay.
It was in there somewhere.
Still,
We just didn't get to it.
yeah. It's still fun. Ed doing the cake thing was.
Oh, that was great. I almost cried during that. Like,
Yeah, I
it's a
saw
lot of
that.
emotional. A lot of emotion there
Yeah,
because it's a lot of work, man. It's like
yeah,
it felt like the reward for all the work
yeah.
that we put in, you know.
And also like seeing Ed in a Stay Ballsy shirt. It's just,
Yeah, God.
it's so amazing because I mean, see, people will seeing that he's an actor and stuff, and he wears that kind of shirt. People will ask him, what's that about?
What
And
is that?
he explaining the show to
I don't even know
everyone.
how you do explain. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't even know how he.
Well, to me, like it's a compliment when people
Yeah,
say, what is this show?" Because
yeah,
there's so much stuff out there, and people are used to seeing so many things.
yeah,
If you see something that it's a little different, I think you kind of accomplish something. So I don't know. I'm happy with how things are going.
yeah. I mean, it's
I'm just trying my best, Mark.
yeah,
That's all I'm doing.
yeah. I think it's just great with. Uh, it's just all the hearing all the people that the close people to you. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
and all those people talking to them and they
Right.
celebrating it along with you.
It felt good.
Yeah,
Everybody seemed very happy for
yeah,
us, and that's a good thing. And like, best thing about my life is I got a lot of people that want to see me do well, and that's the great thing.
yeah.
So
I,
I
I,
feel it every
I
day from all you guys too. It's
yeah,
like you guys want to see me do good, and that's great.
yeah. I mean, that's just the thing about Borsha. It's such a motivation
The
to.
Ramborgites, is that a new thing
Ah,
now?
yeah, sorry, Ramborsha. I didn't.
There's a new group now, Mark. Uh-oh.
What
The
Ramborshites?
Jamborgians and the Jamborgians and the Ramborgites are now formed. That'll be the storyline for the next 100 shows.
Slinky is trying to push crownies for my.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'll go with that. I'm
So
gonna put that in the hashtag today. You'll see.
yeah. Uh,
I'm sorry. You're saying
me. Yeah. Uh,
I cut you off. You're saying it's what's great about the
yeah.
Ramborgia.
I mean, it has changed me so much as a person, the Ramborsha. It has motivated me so much just with all these people, how much I've changed since starting doing all this.
Good.
So
I changed
it's
too.
yeah. I mean, it's funny how I mean I am just remembering if people would have met me like when I went in school, like when from 7th to 9th grade. It just feels weird to how I was as a person then and how I
Mhm.
am as a person now. It's
Right.
yeah,
Hey man, keep changing, keep getting better.
yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It's funny how uh, we are me, Anthony, Nate, and Hasser yesterday. We were pushing DSP positive.
Right.
after he did his like negativity
Yeah, I didn't.
video.
I didn't check that out yet.
So we he ended off with like now we're all about being positive. So we kind of made our we're trying to push like we have the digital gonorrhea.
Yeah.
All the people that are support DSP is DSP positive.
DSP positive.
Yeah.
You're positive for DSP.
There was someone who made a comment in the in the chat to Phil's stream like, "Dad, what has happened to you? I got
What the hell?
I got an STD, and it's I'm afraid to say I'm now DSP positive."
All right. It's like a pregnancy test or something.
Yeah.
What's the reading on DSP positive?
Well, it's apparently people have started pushing it as well, and Phil has approved of it. So I don't know.
All right.
Maybe more people will push, keep pushing it.
Right. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Anything else we need to say to the
Um,
world?
I gotta go in like a couple minutes.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, we got show 101 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get you on there, make up for last time.
Yes.
And I don't know. Positivity is good way to end. I
Yes.
mean, it's tough sometimes
Yeah.
because as we spoke about today in this program, a lot of crazy stuff goes on in the world.
Yeah. For instance, there's stuff that will, uh, unfortunately, don't go in your favor. Like I
Yeah.
had a great idea for, come out the game last week, Rome Total War 2, from the
Mm-hmm.
Total War franchise, and I had this great grand idea of doing like sort of a Roman style story based on the like generals and stuff that was in um, uh, my army and stuff. So I had
Okay.
come up with all these great storylines. The problem is I can't. The game does too much unexpected thing. Don't have really much logic in it. So if I can't do stories when suddenly from out of nowhere they someone attacks another one which is an illogical move, or like they sacrifice their whole army for no reason and stuff. So I it's the game kind of have made me not do the idea I wanted to make, but
Oh, the game pissed you off.
yes, I yeah, it's it since it's no real logic to some of the things the AI does, I can't
Uh-huh.
really have do a logical story that would make
Oh, so you
sense.
wanted to do it was just like for a video or something?
Yes, I was
Oh,
trying to,
you were gonna do like a video series on this.
yes,
Ah, I
like a
see.
storyline for like
Okay.
how I would my decisions I made. I would
Uh-huh.
do it like the Senate wants this, or like one guy is pushing for that one, and it's I had great ideas for it, but the game itself I can't make it with the game. It's unfortunately I can't make it work.
Yeah.
So I will have. So that's what really bummed me out this weekend, really, because I'm seeing that I have to come up with something else, because I thought this was one of the things that could elevate my channel more.
Yeah.
So when that doesn't work out, I just I
Hmm.
need to do something different. So
Right. Yeah.
I know something I'm going to do. It's not gonna maybe elevate my channel as much as probably what that would have done, but it's something I still like to do. So just do something different than I normally put out on the channel.
I'd like to see it.
Yes, it will be.
You're taking the right path because some people will be like, I don't want to. Well, I'm pissed. I don't want to do anything now.
Yeah,
Just try
I
something else.
yeah, I'm just gonna have I'm gonna play the old video game, The Longest Journey. So I'm gonna play that game, and it's a really great story game. But I never got to play it. I got to play the second game in. They have put out two games in that series. So the first one I never got around to play. It's a point and click game, sort of point and
Right.
click adventure games style to it. So it has a lot of story in it. So I feel like that would be perfect to my story-oriented channel that I want it to be.
Look forward to it, Mark.
Yes.
Good forward. How many crowdcasts you been doing this every week? A couple.
We
Or
are up at 32. Is this one?
how many you usually do a week?
3.
How's it going with this?
It's going well. I haven't been
Good.
able to have as many guests as I want to have.
Yeah.
Because it's when I have said I'm going to do it with other people, I usually been not in a very good mood or just tired. So I'm going to have one with Doug and Slinky.
Oh. Whoa. Doug's coming in, huh?
Yes, we're gonna
All
do
right.
Kingdom Hearts
Cool.
spoiler
Cool.
one. So that will be a great one. And Slinky I've been promising for a while, but it's never, the time has
Yeah.
never really.
Yeah, he goes to school and everything every day, so it's
Yeah, so
tough
it's
to figure that out.
yeah. So other people I want to have on. I want to have OJ on. He
He'll do it. You just got to find the
yes,
time when he's around. He'll definitely do it.
yeah. I think I asked him on the show 99 that he should come on my show at some point, and said yes, I would love
Yeah, he'll
to do
do it.
that. So I'm just going to ask him.
He did somebody's recently, and then they didn't record it or something. He did
That's
someone's podcast, and they forgot to record the show. So he did. I think it was like 2 hours long or something. I don't know.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always record it the same way when I have guests on, because I don't want to.
I do like 4 or 5 recordings at the same time.
Okay, I
Crazy.
usually just do the same style, because I know, even though it's going to be like many gigabytes big, because I use Fraps, and Fraps just puts big files together. So, but I still do it just because I know I never had any problem at all,
Yeah.
and so I will still use it even though it's big files.
Right. Did you ever think about doing? You have a Twitch channel.
Yes, I've been bad at live streaming normal stuff. I want to live stream more just games. I know I can. I have been saying that I should live stream the 50th episode, that should be in like late October.
Yeah, I want to bring up before we go. I still want to do with StayBallsy.com
Yes.
and have different podcasts. I'd like to have you on there. Whoever else,
Yeah.
Caesar the Pleaser.
Yes.
I know you've been on his program before.
Yes, that was a great one.
And maybe
People were real. His fans. I got like.
he's got a lot of fans.
Yes, I got like 10, almost
The
10,
They
50
call
people.
themselves the Pleasers.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I got many people who are probably gonna watch this now from his channel, and they said I was probably the best guest he ever had. So
Awesome.
so because it was like he was going to do like an interview style, and it just ended up being conversation, because I'm such a guy that just ended up talking about everything, and like
Yeah.
we never talked before, but you could think we would have met like 50 times before that, when it's just
Right.
the way I am.
Yeah, so I'd like to figure out. You could do it now, but it's just not going to look right. So I'm trying to figure out how you could like go to the site.
Yeah.
You see like a picture of Mark or something, and you click on it, it opens
Yeah.
up all the different ones.
Yeah.
So
That would,
I gotta
yeah,
work on that.
will be really cool. Yeah, yeah,
We'll get that done soon.
yes,
There's a lot of stuff to do. There's always a lot of stuff to do.
yeah.
I gotta start putting together the next show. So it's constantly moving, but that's what I like. I don't like to be doing nothing. I get
Uh,
too antsy, so I like to be doing a lot of things. So I'm
yeah,
happy.
many people are that way.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of guy. I like to relax and
Once you get old like
watch
me, though,
stuff.
then you start to feel the pressure.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
then you start to
It
realize,
depends where I am
time
at.
goes so fast, and
Yeah.
then this is gonna end. I gotta get as much work done as I can before this journey is over,
Yeah, it's like
and I'm
when I
buried under the ground.
like when I see like Tokyo got the Summer Olympics in 2020. And
Yeah,
then
you're
you
like
think,
that's so far away.
yeah,
And
and
it's gonna be
then
here
you
like
think how
nothing.
old I am at that point. I'm like, I'm gonna turn 30 that year. Oh fuck, I don't. No, we're not thinking about that.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It goes very quick. So while you're
Yeah.
here, do the best you can.
Yes. I'm still gonna look like I'm early 20s. That's on a positive note. Like when I'm 30, I'm probably still gonna look early 20s.
I'm always gonna look the same. I wear a hat and a beard. I mean, it covers most of your face, so
Yeah.
I will be eternal,
Yeah. You're gonna live forever.
live forever. Well, Mark, thank you, sir. I enjoyed the Crown
Yeah.
cast. I am a Crownie.
Yes, you can. Yeah, Crowny. You can find our great leader on John Rambo Presents on YouTube, Super John Rambo on Twitter, stayballsy.com for all the best and free and optional entertainment.
Oh, yes. Very good.
I nailed it!
You got it. Boom.
Yeah, and you can find me at Mark Kron Story on Twitter, or you can just watch most of my stuff on this channel, Mark Kron Stories, because it's amazing and you should still
It's a
be
great
here
show.
after Rambo's gone off to his channel.
Wherever he goes,
Yes, you don't. You can
I go to
still
my
you can
chambers.
still remain here as well.
Yes, there's a lot of excellent free and optional entertainment on Mark's channel as well.
Yes, I'm trying
Which
to
you
be.
can check
I
out.
try to have varied content, so great thing. Yes, so
Having fun.
thank you guys for listening, and I will see you on another Crowncast.
Bye-bye.
Bye.